This is our third video on building your XCS 427 box chassis, and we're going to fit the rear brakes. First, using the high tensile steel bolts, bolt on the rear flange and bearing using the washers, the spring washers and the Loctite on these bolts. It's then time to prep the caliper carrier bracket, and again we're going to use the high tensile bolts supplied and the spacers. These then bolt through the front holes of the bearing flange, and then they'll need to be tightened. And 90 Newton meters is the correct torque setting here. Now place on the rear disc and secure with a disc lock screw. And once that's on and firmly home, don't forget to clean the disc with a panel wipe because we don't want any greasy finger marks left on the surface. And now it's time to fit the brakes. Bolt the caliper carriers to the bracket using those high tensile steel bolts again with spring washers and Loctite. And then a small amount of copper slip on the edges of the pads before you place into the carrier. And now you can bolt on the caliper. Now it's much easier to bolt one end up first and then rotate the caliper into its final seating place and fit in the last bolt. Use a spanner on the carrier side and a socket on the other side to tighten up securely. And once you're happy that everything is in place, simply repeat on the other side, and you're now ready to move to the next step. Have a cup of tea.